redrafting the top 10 in last year's NFL draft. And starting with the number 1 pick, the Chicago Bears definitely would go with Jaden Daniels. I do have some concerns as to whether or not Daniels would actually be as successful in Chicago as he was in Washington because of the coaching and the play calling, but I do think it would be pretty crazy to try and project any other pick here. With the second pick, I think the Commanders would go with Drake May. You'd be getting an absolute soldier in the pocket. He's fantastic under pressure. I think he would be a great quarterback for Washington. And then with the third pick, the Patriots, I think, would take Caleb Williams. All three of these teams had to go quarterback. That's the order I think they would go in. And then moving on to pick number 4, I am going to have the Arizona Cardinals taking Malik Neighbors. He was the best receiver from this draft class, so not a very weird pick here, and not a very weird pick at number 5, as the Chargers are going to remain with Joe Alt, who was an absolute stud for them. Where I'm going to start to switch things up a little bit is at pick number 6. I'm going to have the Giants going with Brock Bowers, who was a first-team All-Pro player at tight end, and in my opinion, should have been Offensive Rookie of the Year. The Tennessee Titans now sit on the clock with the 7th overall pick, and I'm going to have them going with Brian Thomas Jr., another fantastic receiver, and I think he would really complement Will Levis in that deep passing game that they love. Now at pick number 8, I am going to get a little bit weird as I have the Atlanta Falcons taking Jared Verse instead of Michael Penix Jr. or any of the other quarterbacks left on the board at this point. They were justified in taking a quarterback based on the performance of Kirk Cousins, but I do not think they could justify leaving pass rush on the board again. At pick number 9, the Chicago Bears originally went wide receiver and they chose Rome Odunze. Now I could go Marvin Harrison Jr. here, but I think the biggest problem with the Bears offense last year was their lack of a rushing attack, and so I really want to add Bucky Irving at pick number 9 for them. And then to round out the top 10, the Minnesota Vikings traded up to this spot. I am going to take Cooper DeJean to really make this secondary dangerous.